what I've seen the trend throughout the day is whenever teams or South African teams get that momentum and go forward, our counterparts from the rest of the world is struggling against that. So with the momentum, if you take away the momentum, you take away the time and the space and the tempo that we play with in South Africa at schoolboy level. So that's going to be a massive task for the Christchurch boys out today.
Well, for Affies, the first thing is to front up to the haka, which we're seeing right now. Now, this is their third line out. Again, it's to the front. They've managed to get it out. Not the best of deliveries. Here's Josh Jennings with the long pass to the left to Jake OLLIE. Well, they haven't really progressed much. It was just across the field that they went. They thought about the kick. Of course, the game, the international teams, interestingly as well, Ramon, have all spoken about the pace of the game that we play it at schools level in South Africa. And you can see just how quickly they go. He has a real chance, and here's a try then for Jake OLLIE. He's got his arm up before he went over. That's a big score, that, for the Christchurch boys.
Certainly a big score for the Christchurch boys, and what a way to start the game. You know, they've been building pressure in the 22-meter of the Affies half, and you know, and it's difficult to play against 15 men when you're one down, but that's well done. That's that, you know, that they spread that ball out wide and they seen the opportunity and the space on the outside.
It's a beautiful play there too from Keegan McGregor, the number 13, who went in, just made sure he drew his man to give enough space there for Jake OLLIE to flip over. Well, first score then to Christchurch Boys High School, and of course remember they've got the wind at their back, and if they use that effectively, we look forward to a good first half. Now OLLIE Lewis, absolutely to a T then, as we say in South Africa. Centre Mrs. Fenter, different options, and then off you go until somewhere the gap opens, and there it has. Looks like Emir Janssen van Rensburg is the man who scored that try. And finally, Affies are on the board, virtually halfway through the first half.
There was a great build-up there, you know, a build-up of pressure, and, you know, Christchurch felt the grit of the Affies pack coming around the corner, and eventually, you know, conceding penalties, which led to that try now at the moment. But I think if Affies can keep on, you know, building that pressure.
But they've gone forward well, yeah. Now, this is what I've seen quite often, is an individual going on his own, but have two guys on your shoulder to help give you the momentum going forward.
And ultimately, when you go alone, which means like guys have to react to you, to your thinking, and you know, you lose numbers actually. And now where they could have had the advantage, you know, that numbers is lost now. So they have to start over now and start from the beginning. But to come back to when you spoke about the set piece and the line out and the wind factor, it was a great set, but you know, the supporting lifters of the Christchurch boys just wasn't set too good. But what a great try, and it was well worked around the fringes for a few phases now.
You called your first try in rugby in a broadcasting sense. Wonderful, there it is, yeah. So another good one there from Christchurch. They really are making a good meal of this game. 3 attempts there, good patience from them, but they slowly got the recipe right of what you were talking about, a couple of men to help carry the ball carrier over the line, or onto the line, virtually, we could say.
Kevin, I don't know about you, but I'm just seeing a totally different Christchurch boys are here. A team that is playing with a up-tempo, a team that's playing with a revigorated physicality presence at the moment. And, you know, I can see it, the guys in the package leading it, and the backline is just distributing from what they get, the momentum and the front football.
Definitely a different side to what we saw on the second day. Bearing in mind these players, they have to play 2 matches in the week, with roughly a break of 48 hours between games. Quite a big physical test. This is Ollie Lewis. Converted the last one. Done quite the same with this one. These men. We've seen that Christchurch boys, when they've got down into an attacking position, generally they've made the most of it. Got those 2 tries at the moment, and they've also won a penalty. Just must be a little bit of a worry for Affies. They're starting to give away penalties in the red zone, which is putting the pressure on them as well. So Josh Jennings has to take the kick in the absence of Ollie Lewis. Maybe he's a competent enough goal kicker, because this is a very important time for them to stretch that lead. Whacked it through, no problem at all.
Great appreciation of the laws there also. But here we go with the line out and the rolling ball of the Afrikaans CN squad.
Oh, it's a brilliant, brilliant effort from them. They had to get over there. Jacques-Louis du Toit getting the try. And slowly the Affies machine is starting to show that it's better oiled in the second half. Here's another example of just how well they were unified in that drive. The whole pack of forwards together, making sure that nobody could stop them.
Definitely, and you know, it was a much more solid build of the base of the moor.
Excellent play this. Oh, interception. Now who's got the pace to chase this man? Can they catch him? He's going really quickly. He's keeping an eye on his man. That's brilliant play from Callum Simpson. He was at all times looking to see where the men behind him, 2 of them probably quicker than him. He just kept swerving and moving in a different direction. Wonderful finish. Excellent play then from Simpson to get the 3rd try of the Christchurch Boys High campaign, and a very important conversion here for Ollie Lewis as well to try and secure the 7-pointer. Tell you what, this does open the game, doesn't it?
It does, certainly. And you know, we thought Affies had the ascendancy breakthrough and penetrated the Christchurch Boys' defense from the kickoff, you know, and then just like that, in a split second, 7-pointer against you.
Should have no trouble with a 2-pointer here, Ollie Lewis. And suddenly that lead is now out to 12 points. When people do their sums, they'll realize that they've got to score 2 tries and convert one of them to do the old catch-up. In fact, convert both of them. There was the interception, and that was disappointing, because Affies were just starting to get their wheels in motion, weren't they?
Definitely, and they were starting to play in the right areas of
They are so close. Somebody surely must get over. Yep, it's Michael van Aswegen. So right on the try line they were, and then the scrum half of the little dummy sees a small gap and manages to slide through. Good body position too. It's very difficult to tackle a man when he's down just above ground level. Dieter Crawford with the conversion, and they back in the game are the Affies boys. Just 1 score away they are at the moment. If I've done, no, I haven't. Yes, I have done my sums correctly. No, I haven't. 9 points to drift, so they've still got to score twice. Definitely. And Christchurch know as well, in a situation like this, you want to hold on to the ball, make the opposition make the tackles, keep at them as much as you can. But this is a far removed Christchurch Boys High School from the one we saw on the second day.
Definitely a revitalized, re-energized, and a team that you know made plans in the week, in the 48 hours that they had eventually. And
well, here comes a try. Surely, can they get it down? Yep. Carl Liebenberg with the score. So very quickly they've scored 2 tries. So just suddenly there's been a fire that has been ignited in the bellies and the feet of these men from Afrikaans Hoërseunskool. And they've used the width of the field beautifully. That was a super pass there as well from Gerard Botha. And eventually Carl Liebenberg managing to get over. Bear in mind as well that the left wing, Bjorn van Wyk, has had to leave the field. This is the right winger from the left wing position. Ball tucked under the right arm and getting a 5-pointer. Boy, this is a difficult kick. Dieter Crawford giving it a good smack. What a kick that is. He's got it over.
Great continuity by the Christchurch Boys High. Should just keep on building pressure, get the forwards back into the game, you know, and get all that Affies defenders suck in close to the ruck.
Well, they've tried to open up for Finn Britton then. They're just about over the line right now. Can somebody find his way through? Yes, they can. And who is it? None other than the hooker, Clayton Paranigi. And there's a hooker sitting alongside me here, commentating with me, who doesn't have a smile on his face because he's a South African, but he appreciates the efforts of the hooker.
Any try hooker scores might go down for a try of the season.
You can't say all of them, eh? There's some of them are quite spectacular. And this is a very important one, one's got to say. If nothing else, it's scored at a time with just 4 minutes left of this match. And this is a crucial conversion too. This could be a conversion to ensure that you don't lose the game.
Definitely.
To get the 7 points ahead.
I think 4.5 minutes is a long time still left.
Can be.
And with Affies having the wind at the back, nothing is impossible.
Absolutely right.
And
so,
you would know about that, Mr. Adidas CEO.
I don't know, I might have forgotten, eh? Affies, good line out, good set. The sack was immediate, so there's nothing wrong with it. And now the long pass. Here's a chance now for Affies. They need to score close in if they do score, to make sure that there's an opportunity with the conversion. The big men are involved. Janssen van Rensburg. They're right on the line now. They've got numbers out wide. Jacques-Louis de Toy caught in possession. Still, you've got to show enough patience. There's enough time. Don't lose the ball. Don't knock it on. Keep plugging away for that line. And here they come. Chance of a try. That ball's held up at the moment. Can they get it down? Now is there someone that can carry it over? Yes, there is.
And again,
it's Michael van Asvierken. And boy, do you want to be a kicker now. Second try then for Michael van Asvierken. A try, or rather a conversion to draw this game at 31-all. There's the finishing touches. You'll see now the scrum off comes into play. There he is. Decides, thinks about going right, looks left, and finds a tiniest of holes, and manages to just plonk that ball over the line. Dieter Crawford, a euro or zero. What's he going to be?
Should go for the far right-hand side pole with the wind behind his back, so the wind can push it in through the poles.
That's a man who's played a lot of rugby on this field. And he's got it over. What a finish. What a finish. Affies showing so much character in coming back into this game right at the death. They scored those 2 tries that really got them going.